and it's going to be a difficult time. And Lando Norris slowing down. Oh my god, Lando Norris is slowing down. Big win in the championship.
They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
We are back from the summer break, and it's time to get underway for the second part of the season. We've got a lot to talk about, but first, the last 4 races George must have been in, he has outscored both McLaren with 76 points scored in the last 4 races, while Lando scored 42, Pierre scored 47, and a shocker breaking news: Mercedes had offered and Albon to join them, and we have odd 2 rivals. We are talking with Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. It's going to be an interesting signing if I can get one of them, but of course the 2-1 is done pretty much fairly normal. But in 2-2, Carlos Sainz out, Albon out, and Timmy at the yellow, the home hero of Monza, and of course it's Italian, but unfortunately he is out. So with the talk of signing either Carlos Sainz or Charles Leclerc, it's a massive deal, because if we retain Albon, I'm very happy with it, but I want to challenge for the World Championship in construction. And I bet guys to go for Sainz or Leclerc, even Piastri, but he said no. So Leclerc is a choice, Sainz is a choice, but of course we will get the answer in the next episode when we go to Singapore about Albon situation, Charles Leclerc and Carlos. So I don't know who Albon replacing. I assume it's at the yellow, unfortunately for Timmy, but with our final run in Tuesday, all has been good. We are currently ninth, but that's because we ran on older tyre, and now we on a brand new tyre with a fantastic delta turn. I think we are very close to a pole position, but can we achieve it or not as we cross the line?
I don't know why a tyre's just completely...
Shutting the plate, shutting the plate. It's still good, it's still good. We just need to make sure we have a good start, that's all. We're 2 10 behind Charles Leclerc and Gasly in third and Russell in second. How is this Italian Grand Prix gonna go?
A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but glory awaits too at the Italian Grand Prix. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Norris, Yuki Tsunoda and Ocon, Behrman, Hadjar, Piastri and Nico Hülkenberg, Sainz, Tremnitz, Liam Lawson and Albon, Antonelli, Doohan, Jack Crawford and Zane Maloney, Aaron, Bortoletto, Colapinto and Pepe Marti rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. So here we are at Monza, Temple of Speed, lovely long straights, and that's it. It's easy, isn't it?
It's a little bit harder than that, Crofty, than you make out. I mean, yes, you do have those long straights, but it's linked by very tight, tricky corners. Big emphasis on braking zones around here as well, particularly into turn 1. you decelerate at the 150-meter board down to the 50-meter board, and you'll scrub off easily over 150 miles an hour. So yeah, it puts a lot of G-force on the drivers' bodies as they decelerate, and obviously it throws up a big overtaking opportunity as well come race day.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, which means there's a lot of very important people here behind the scenes. I'd love to give them a strong result to watch today, plus a good result might make my post-race meetings a little bit easier.
Now, we're getting ready to start on to Monza Grand Prix. I've taught I think all the forget to mention is all start at home Grand Prix for our Ferrari engine. So we need to try to put on a fantastic performance and try not to take out gasoline when we get into turn one. But what we all are now getting ready to line up, and all we need from this is just get a lightly start and just take the lead as we go into turn one into turn two. So we just need to have that good start, run away, and score more points than Lando Norris, and we will start doing more shipping weight in the championship. So far we are doing pretty good, but let's see how it dictates to go as the 5 red light is now gone and away, which Charles got off a pretty very well start, and George Russell is going to get the slipstream as he pulled up to the outside line. He's going to go down the outside of turn one, had a little wobble, but he controlled it, and it now takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, and everybody is going through without any trouble, no contact, nothing whatsoever. But Russell takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, with Charles Leclerc behind in second place, and Gasly is in third with Lando Norris in fourth. Our main priority is to stay ahead of Lando Norris in many of the races you possibly can, because if we can stay ahead, we can definitely start shipping away. We score massive points over the season by attaching to Lando Norris the last 4 races, but we need to continue that in this race, so we have to hope we can maintain the lead and have no problem of tour. But behind Gasly, it definitely going to put some pressure onto Charles Leclerc. But how much of pressure can Charles Leclerc deal with? Don't forget, he is also in the contender for the championship, but he had missed out massively in the last race, unfortunately. But here's the race replay on the first lap, where everyone got off. We can see everyone pretty much got off and leading, but Gasly almost follows the Charles Leclerc. But Russell, what a mighty start, what a mighty start from George Russell. But now Charles Leclerc is now going to come back and try to take back the lead for himself, and behind, which is Steve Lando, is having a little fight with Yuki Tsunoda. London, that is to help out big time, and Hulkenberg, by the way, had a fantastic qualifier, got himself into P10, and is now up into P9 after the fight with Tim Trautman. But fantastic races so far for Hulkenberg, but how long will that last? Audi did have some improvement. He got up very small, like not so big like the Haas had. Audi pretty much got up where it got basically overtook the Cadillac. So I don't think we should tell Hulkenberg to score some points this weekend, but never say never indeed. And now got Charles Leclerc on the outside of Russell, doesn't do anything, and the live timing, we got some battle going on with the Piat, trying to get ahead of Nico Hulkenberg after Trautman overtook him, but now Piat is coming back on the inside line to take P10 from Nico Hulkenberg, and Hulkenberg has fall back into P11. Looks like we're not going to be able to maintain in point finish, but Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc have gone ahead and done a double overtake on George Russell, and we are stuck behind, while Gasly is now going to take the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. A fantastic double overtake for that. Like, well done, that was a phenomenal one from that new show of pace that we're seeing right now from Ferrari. But what can his teammate Carlos Sainz be able to do at the European level right now? He needs to catch up, and we got our championship rival Lando Norris directly behind us. We do not want him to be putting the pressure on us, and to be honest, the last 4 days we have not dealt with any pressure from Lando Norris, and George Russell don't even watch the overtake from George Russell. He saw the opportunity and the power to Charles Leclerc slow down too much. They defended fantastic job from George Russell, and Lando Norris doesn't do anything. For a moment, he was looking to make a move, and we got up the Piazza, who is now gone ahead and overtook Tim Tradmate. But going to lap 4 now, it seems like it's not over. It is like racing all the way to turn 1, and we've got some fighting overtake going on behind. We've got Lando Norris on Charles Leclerc, and it's Lando that John Lewis to take 3rd place from Charles Leclerc, and behind Newton Tsunoda, P5 Hazard, P6 Ocon, P7 Behrman, P8 Tradmate, and P9 and not the Piazza, and P10 and Russell is chasing after Piazza. For former Charles Leclerc attempt but failed, and Hazard gone ahead and overtook Newton Tsunoda. What from the Hazard, and we now into lap 5 now. Newton Tsunoda and Hazard seem to fight, and Russell from his downtown, he gone into turn 1, mighty overtake, control the car, and then run from this downtown and overtook that was the fantastic overtake. And in lap 6 now, Esteban Ocon now to the go ahead and overtake Newton Tsunoda, and Hazard unfortunately fell back. But Hazard in the last timing is going for double overtake. Can he get you on Ocon? No, he does not. He got Newton Tsunoda, but didn't quite get Esteban Ocon, and we far forward again into the DRS zone, with all the fighting happening again, with Tim Tradmate is fighting with the Piazza, but Piazza is joined you, and Shire is now in P9, and Shire is catching up. He is catching up, but can we see him in the battle for the top 5? We'll find out. And in lap 7, Gasly is still behind George Russell, and Hazard gone ahead and overtook Newton Tsunoda, but they're doing side by side into turn 2. St. Hazard get the exit dart, John Lewis into P5 of good racing from Arthur Hazard. And we're now on board with Charles Leclerc, who drove for the move on the outside of Pierre Gasly, and he's going to fantastic overtake from Charles Leclerc, and he's coming for George Russell. He backed out just in time. That would have ended really badly if neither of them were aware with what's going on between them. Fantastic control from Charles Leclerc, and patience, of course. And we've got Esteban Ocon continue pushing for the fight on Newton Tsunoda as they done for the move on the outside, and he's now up into P6. It's very much pack fighting, just like what's been going on in Belgium. In Silverstone, it's always pack fighting, and Charles Leclerc got an overtake done on George Russell onto the Parabolo car, but now into lap 8, Russell should be able to get back with the DRS, and we managed just to get him, which is good. And he's going to be meanwhile into turn 1. It's going to be any chaos unfolding into turn 1. Russell goes deep, controlled it, contact me, and Gasly has lost the play. Well, didn't really make any places, as Charles Leclerc has lost the lead, and Russell goes back into P1, but Charles Leclerc not giving up as they're coming back on the inside. He braked later than George Russell, but Russell defended really well and held back Charles Leclerc. Fantastic fighting we've been seeing so far this weekend. I cannot keep up, that is for sure. It reminds me last season and they continue doing the same thing again into this season. It's just it's entertaining excitement, but the fight is still not over as Charles Leclerc still tries to put an overtake, tries to get the pressure, tries to force a mistake, but tries to do it, and Ocon again have fallen back into P8, and Carlos Sainz from P13 or 14 now up into P6. Carlos Sainz, what a dive from the smooth operator, and is now chasing after that job, but can he catch him before the pit stop? We'll find out, and Charles Leclerc has gone ahead and the overtake George Russell, and in the last time we got Ocon again overtaking Newton Tanona. It's very repetitive with all the overtake, but that is what we love about Monza. It's always overtake after overtake everywhere. And George Russell gone quite slightly wide on the entry of Parabonica, but it's all good as it now got the DRO of Charles Leclerc, and it now just try to get the move done while being careful, and we're now on board with that. Watching, and George Russell gone quite deep. Charles Leclerc made the contact, almost wiped down George Russell, and in the process put himself behind Gasly that with a very close damage to the front wheel potentially, but it seemed all good anyway, and Gasly of course took the advantage, and I don't know why Charles Leclerc thought that was a good space enough to go. There was no space. Russell shut that door on him already, and Gasly had overtook George Russell to take the lead once again. All the lead has been swapped almost every single lap out of those top three. Gasly, Russell and Charles Leclerc. So who is going to win the Monza Grand Prix? We all don't know. It's just a bunch of unpredictable behaviour of this race, and that is what we love. You don't know who is going to win, as we now approaching to turn one once again with George Russell pulled on the outside, drawn down the outside of Pierre Gasly, and it seemed like it worked. Like the last timing we got the fight with the Pierre, who's basically with Ollie Berman get into P9 now, and the order has shifted once again with Berman P10, Pierre in P9, and it's Gasly who now got the fight with Charles Leclerc, and Charles Leclerc allowed the outside goes through to take second place. And now let me finish what I was talking about. Newton Tanona P8, Ocon P7, Sainz P6, fantastic ride by the way, had Jar in P5, but now we're going into lap 11 into 12. We now got Russell coming into the pit, and the order shifted again. If anything can happen, we are watching Charles Leclerc, and we also got Gasly in the pit. No, that's Sainz, and it's a slow stop for Charles Leclerc. That is not affect the Hadjar. No, it doesn't. It Hadjar John Charles Leclerc, fantastic stop from the Williams. That was mighty stop, and Charles Leclerc had the problem with the mechanic to be able to take the tyre off, and it's been held up by the tyre that was coming into the pit lane. So Hadjar has got a chance to fight for the lead. Are we going to see a fourth different race leader? It's by far, it's only three, but will Hadjar make a fourth different race leader in this Monza Grand Prix? And of course, Lando Norris is the fourth one. Forgot to say that it's the fifth for Hadjar, but Lando it then, Gasly then, Albert and then pretty much all the top 10 has gone in now to put a new tyre on, and we are keeping an eye on Albert. The mechanic has scheduled to change the tyre on Alex Albert, and Lando is just finished his pit stop by the way, and it's now going to go out. But it's Russell that takes the lead back, and Hadjar has jumped into section what from the Williams mechanic made it work for either Hadjar and Charles Leclerc just managed to get ahead of Lando Norris, and Gasly is in P5 with Newton Tanona in P6, and Sainz unfortunately fell back one place into P7. But now either Hadjar it's got a chance for the lead, but he actually lost a bit of a time, so Russell was very much likely to be able to maintain the lead, and we got the fight into turn 1 with Lando Norris, who I think had a little notch onto Charles Leclerc. And the last time we got Alex Albon, who joined the on taller side. Albon is now into P7. So Albon had a fantastic stop. He wasn't even in point remotely like before the pit stop, but now is in point. And Charles Leclerc again made the same move he did to Daffy onto Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc truly showed the pay differences between him and Lando Norris, same as George Russell. Russell and Charles Leclerc and Gasly were they were racing against each other the most, and they were swapping all the places, and Lando Norris just defended again to Gasly, and Carlos had lost another place to expand Ocon. It's a bit of a difficult time now for Carlos, so I don't know. And Gasly now got ahead and overtook Lando Norris into Parabolica, but that would mean Lando might get the DRS on Pierre Gasly, or will he be able to have it? Because I think he's too far back from one, and it's Lando Norris who now going to go ahead and overtake Dan to the help of the other, and Alex Albon is on the inside of Newton Tonona. Can he get the yesterday? Alex Albon moved up into Pearson and Berman, and Shire are fighting, and it looks like Shire might. No, he doesn't. He does not lose the play. He is now in a much more difficult position. Can he just cut that on and work the best as they can to move up places like he did before the pit stop that he had? But I think he's now fully back because Oliver McDonald and Otto Piastri followed the fantastic job from Otto Piastri and Dr. Gasly, and Lando Norris. It continued fighting, and it now seems like the pace for Gasly is pretty much evenly matched with Lando Norris, but they are nowhere near matcher to Charles Leclerc, Arthur Hadjar, and George Russell and Lando Norris. It's gone back to her of Pierre Gasly, and Newton Tonona is now getting the pressure from Ocon, who joined now the outside, and it goes to Newton Tonona, dropping the order now into PA and Carlos, who have the rush of it as they falling down the order to P11. What is going on with Carlos side? Have we made a mistake for actually the contract? No, I believe in Carlos side. Maybe he might find something to work with, and Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris continue fighting, but it helped Alex Albon as he's now catching up very nicely, and maybe, just maybe, he will be able to get into fourth place, and that would make him having the best recovering life in this long run and in the last couple long run, but he has been struggling quite a bit. He hasn't scored the same amount of results as George Russell has, so he has not been close. That is basically what I'm saying. But Charles Leclerc is now gone ahead and overtook Arthur Hadjar to take second place. And now Charles Leclerc is now might start chasing down George Russell, and it's going to be a difficult time. And Lando Norris slowing down. Oh my god, Lando Norris is slowing down. The smoke come down a bit hard. It's a mechanical failure. That is a big win in the championship for Russell, for Leclerc, and for the Piastri, and Hadjar is coming back at Charles Leclerc to take the second place back for himself, and Gasly now going to have to fight Alex Albon, Newton Tonona, and Ocon continue fighting, and everybody else to move up one place, which you can see Shire is back in point, just one play, but Lando Norris, that was so unlucky for him, and Leclerc had gone back ahead of that Hadjar. Oh, we still gonna see Lando Norris on the track. Yes, we will. We can see him right on the left bottom corner. Lando Norris is officially out of the Monza long run. That is so unfortunate. He was doing well he should have a chance for the podium, I think. I think he dropped that chance, but that shot for Lando Norris, but a big one for sure. Also, let's see if he can still maintain that lead at John and Charles Leclerc are now going side by side in the next two tours, and it's Charles Leclerc that take the second place from either John, and it now to the start chasing off for sure. Not sure what a racing so far between Leclerc and George. Truly a really entertaining watch from them both, but unfortunately in lap 20, George fell behind Pierre Gasly, which means Gasly takes third, and Pierre now moved up into P8 after an overtake on Ollie Behrman, and now Pierre did his moment to try and score as much point as he can to be able to sling down the dub to Lando Norris in the championship, and Charles Leclerc has joined you and take the lead from George Russell. But in lap 21, it's not over. Russell is coming back at Leclerc stubbornly defend to the inside line, and Russell was fine with it because he had gone down the outside and overtook Charles Leclerc, but that was slowed down just enough for Gasly to get involved, and Alex Albon is now taxing either George, and that is fantastic. So the fourth place is on the table for Alex Albon, and now onto the other zone. We've got Charles Leclerc going down the outside of George Russell, and Russell had to pull back a little bit as he mistakenly took the inside line, and Albon had gone ahead and overtook George, and now on the Piat, is coming. He is coming as he overtook Yuki Tsunoda and put himself into P7 as it now tries to chase after Esteban Ocon, but Hadjar is not going to give up as it now tries to get the overtake done onto Alex Albon, and in lap 22 going towards the turn 1, Russell is still fighting, and he forces Charles Leclerc to battle with Gasly as Russell takes the lead from Charles Leclerc, and now the race is back to normal for the top lead, but Hadjar unfortunately gone ahead and overtook Alex Albon, and Leclerc is coming on the outside. Can he get it done? No, he doesn't, and Russell does a fantastic job defending the line and preventing Charles Leclerc from the overtake. But far forward, Alex Albon has gone once again to overtake Hadjar. Yeah, I'm saying I had George so many times. He's been popular in the race so far, that is for sure. And the Piat in P7 had a little fight with Newton Tsunoda, and we haven't spoke about right in the back. That is Timmy Tiala. He is not having the best race. Maybe the rumour about Albon joining Mercedes is actually the one to the play. Timmy Tiala. Who knows, and we now got the fight in turn 1 once again. Russell has a lot of control, and he made the contact 2 times with Charles Leclerc, but he still goes back ahead, and he's now going to try and maintain it, and we are, and we're angry about the championship. We will be taking the second place, which means we overtaken the Piat, but how close are we? Lando Norris, don't forget we were 31 points behind Lando before the late, and now he's out 25 points on the table, which links him down to 6 point gap. That is amazing. It's going to be a close racing, and Albon continue doing the same thing, overtaking Hadjar, and Behrman has gone ahead and overtook the Piat. Using Tsunoda locked down the P9, and the fight continues again with Hadjar as it now be overtaken by Esteban Ocon, unfortunately, and Piat return back ahead of Ollie Behrman, and now Albon is in 4th place, chasing after the top lead, but will he join in the fight for the podium? Let's hope that will be the case, and Russell and Gasly are going side by side into turn 1. The fight still continues, but Gasly would love to finish with a win for the Ferrari, especially on the home now. But let's see what Gasly be able to do. I'm not sure he needs to win to cut the gap down into 6th point for this Lava Championship. It is doable, but we need to maintain the lead and stay calm and we now going to far forward back into the other zone. Gasly almost pulled off the move, but Russell shut that door onto Gasly, and now Albon is involved for a podium fight and potential win fight against the top league. Now 4-way fight for the win, and Ocon is in P5, Behrman P6, overtook Hadjar, P7, Piastri, P8, Newton Torona, P9, and Carlos Sainz in P10, and now into lap 26. Fight again continue at Albon is gone down the outside of Charles Leclerc. Will he get the overtake done? Doesn't quite get it done, unfortunately, and Piastri has gone back ahead of Ollie Behrman, and now Gasly, who is now going for a move on the inside of George Russell, but Russell braked a lot later and made it work to stay back in the lead of the Monza Grand Prix, and it's still 1.5 laps to go. But how long can he hold it? And hopefully we get a no contest. That would be very, very bad for our chances. We want to maximise all the points we possibly can, and Russell has just let Gasly knew if he play a long game like he did back in Saudi Arabia against Albon. I think he is doing that, and Piastri has gone ahead and overtook either Hadjar. So Gasly now in the lead of the race, and Russell is going to get the DRS to be able to hold the lead in the final lap. So let's see if Russell can make it work. Will he gamble pay off for himself as it now going to take the lead, wipe the floor? No, he doesn't. It's going to be a close one into turn 1, but Russell always being the fastest one out, and it now takes the lead again of the Monza Grand Prix, and Behrman and Hadjar are fighting again, but Gasly might be coming back, and it now takes the lead, but it's still like really close side by side, and Russell takes it back, and the final lap has already been done, by the way, and Russell is now pulling away from Pierre Gasly. Is his gamble that he made last lap going to pay off as it is sent it further out from Pierre Gasly? It is not going to be easy one for Gasly to be able to catch George Russell, and will Charles Leclerc catch him? No, he doesn't, and it seems like all is good, all is calm. Russell, it might actually win the Monza Grand Prix, and Albon had to have the last chance going into Parabolica, but it doesn't seem like they'll do it. And George Russell now seems to satisfy, and he takes the win of the Monza Grand Prix, and in lifetime in Carlos Sainz last minute overtake, sent it on the outside, and overtook Hadjar to move into P8, good recovering from Carlos Sainz, but the best driver is Alex Albon. What a weekend!
Checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.
What a weekend, back to back victory from Belgium to Monza. Russell had never loved championship. Here we go, and Russell is now 6 points behind Piastri, 14 points, and Charles Leclerc is now 40 odd points behind in the construction championship. We made it now into 93 points. It's not going to be easy work. If McLaren get DNF every single race in year, But I think that DNF from Lando Norris is going to be one up. We'll find out as we now heading to Singapore and the signing will be revealed in the Singapore. So, thank you for watching. Please like and dislike my video. Do my very appreciated and peace out.